Do we know why we're seeing a decline in the fertility rate?
Well, fertility rate, I think, is an indicator of public health. So I think we have to ask the question, why is that? And I think things like access to reproductive care, health economics, the cost of living, housing, and paid parental leave are key factors to that decrease in birth rates.
Hi everyone and welcome back to My Surrogacy Journey reaction videos. Today we are doing a reaction to the US birth rates dropping. Like this video, please like and subscribe and ring that notification bell. Thank you.
Birth rate in the U.S. is dropping and actually hit an all-time low in 2024. Fewer than 1.6 children were born per woman last year. In the early 1960s, the total fertility rate was around 3.5. But a CDC review of birth certificates released earlier this year found a 1% increase in live births in 2024. That's about 33,000 more than the year prior. Here to explain is Dr. Joanne Stone. She's a maternal fetal medicine specialist and a professor and chair at the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai. Dr. Stone, thank you so much for joining us. So my first question is, explain what this means, that the fertility rate is dropping, but the number of births increased.
So the general fertility rate means the number of births given to women who are aged 15 to 44 per 1,000 women. So while the number of births actually increased, the number of births per woman decreased. So there's just a larger pool. And it's really interesting when you break it down into age-specific numbers. So women aged 15 to 34 had a decline in number of births. Women aged 35 to 39 were stable. And women who are 40 to over had an increase in births. So it's really...
So my first reaction to this is there's no timeline on when anybody should or shouldn't have children. I think that's really personal, especially for me. I've been with my now husband for 16 years. We've been married for 7. We have a little girl together. She's 6. We always had the conversation about having children. When we decided to have our little girl, that happened naturally within our relationship of being together. It was never a conversation as, oh, we reached this age and that's the kind of time where we wanted a child. I think it's really personal, dependent on your relationship or your situation within your life. And there's a lot of factors that goes into that. We've always just wanted one child. Me personally, I think my husband would have more if he could. But for me, I've always just wanted one child. So our family is complete and we're happy with that. So women aged 15 to 34 had a decline in the births. Now again, what impacts that? It's your journey timeline. It could be the world around you. It's, the COVID has an impact on that because it's that age, it's where they are within their lives. I think everybody's journey to parenthood is really different. The path that was made for you, when you're in high school, when you're in college or university, isn't necessarily a path that you're going to be going on when you reach the age of 30, because there's a lot of factors within that, because that's, when you reach that typical age where you become parents. So, when you dive more into those numbers, why is that declining? Is it COVID? Is it politics? Is it finances? Are they in a stable relationship? What breaks that number down?
The 40s that are driving that small increase in births.
And doctor, do we know why we're seeing a decline in the fertility rate?
Well, fertility rate, I think, is an indicator of public health. So I think we have to ask the question, why is that? And I think things like access to reproductive care, health economics, the cost of living, housing, and paid parental leave are key factors to that decrease in birth rates.
When we do see a dip in the fertility rate like this, is that something we should be concerned about? Why does that matter?
I think it matters because there's less people coming into the workplace. Years from now, we're going to have less workers, less people in the classroom. So I think that it does have a large impact on the overall population.
Now, the Trump administration has actually been trying to encourage Americans to have more children. We're seeing benefits, expanded access to IVF, baby bonuses to families, things like that. Could those
It's really interesting to see what Trump is now putting in to increase the fertility rates within families. They just spoke about bonus for family building and helping with increased costs for fertility. You know, on one side, that is amazing that he's seen the need for that and helping, because, you know, if I was going through fertility, you know, it's a huge cost implication where you would need that support. So somebody helping financially with that is obviously a huge stress relief from the intended parents. You know, obviously, what does that look like? There's going to be the fine print within that. But a baby bonus, I don't really like the language there, but yeah, it's interesting to see how that would play out.
potentially be effective?
I think there's a lot of controversy about that. What is the actual impact going to be? So that executive bill is asking for recommendations. I'm not sure it's going to impact our low-income women and have access to those women who seek those kind of care. And we know the maternity deserts across rural America. So I think it remains to be seen what that impact will be.
And when we talk about the fertility rate, I mean, is it economical? Is it cultural? Is it a lot of factors that are influencing this?
I think it's a lot of factors, and I think the fact that we're seeing women in their 40s show that women are delaying childbearing for both personal and professional reasons. Medical advances are really important. You know, advances in reproductive technology are helping women who are older to have children. But I think, you know, overall, that's what's driving that change.
All right, Dr. Joanne Stone, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
So, yeah, it's really interesting to see, you know, over 40s fertility being on the increase, and, you know, what is contributing to that, like what factors are there financially, emotionally, and the access to them reproductive health. You know, they're recognising it, what's being put in to help, what impact is society having on this. So yeah, it's interesting to keep an eye on those figures and see how it impacts moving forward. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe and ring that notification bell, and always keep the comments kind. Thank you.